The new mandate to get a real ID is becoming a real problem, especially with the deadline to come and get you one of these approaching real fast. And it's starting to make people question if the government really thought the consequences of this whole real ID thing all the way through. I'm Legally Hype, and this is TSR Newz. Why the transition to real IDs? Well, in 2005, Congress passed the Real ID Act as a response to fixing security vulnerabilities here in America that were exposed by the 9/11 attacks. The point of the act was to create minimum security standards and stricter procedures in order to get a driver's license or ID card in the United States, in turn improving national security in the country while simultaneously reducing the chances of terrorism or identity fraud in this country. Keep in mind, the start date for the Real ID program has repeatedly been pushed back since 2008 due to things like resistance by states and even logistical complications. So now let's get into the complications. See, starting May 7th, anyone 18 years or older will have to have a Real ID or a passport in order to fly domestically and to enter into certain federal buildings. Now, according to a Trump executive order that he signed back in March, you may even need your Real ID in order to register to vote, because unlike a regular ID, a Real ID will provide documentary proof of your U.S. citizenship. Now, I mentioned that the deadline to get a Real ID has been pushed back a number of times, and here's why. Similar to Trump's executive orders and the SAVE Act that's gone around in the House of Representatives recently, there are fears that these requirements could cause disenfranchisement. For example, 3 women have recently experienced complications trying to get their Real IDs. A woman named Janet Palmer was born in her home in South Carolina in February of 1949 during the Jim Crow era. But she's been unable to get her Real ID because she doesn't have a birth certificate. And so therefore, the state of Florida cannot confirm that she was born in the U.S. because there's no record of her birth. Now, according to Janet, at the time she was born, Black children, they were just born in the home and not hospitals because Black people couldn't afford it. So it would be hard to show a record of birth for someone like her. Now, another way she may be able to show proof of her life would be through school documents from elementary school days, which likely don't exist now either. So now 2 married women were also unable to get their Real IDs because they didn't have their original marriage license. Even if you have a birth certificate, if you're a married woman who changed your last name, then you might find yourself real delayed in getting your Real ID. One woman named Dorothy got married back in 1958, and when she went to go get her Real ID, they told her that she needed her original marriage certificate to prove who she was. Another woman said her and her spouse got married in Hawaii in 1974, and her thing was like, you know what, good luck trying to find that original marriage certificate. All 3 women are having complications getting their Real IDs and trying to find other ways around it. But additionally, all 3 women said that the situation made them feel discriminated against. I mean, think about the effect that this requirement may have on those who were affected by, for example, the recent fires in Los Angeles, or even other natural disasters that have happened in other areas such as Arkansas, Hawaii, Tennessee, and Florida. So now let us know in the comment section below, what do you think about the whole Real ID requirement? Do you think it was a really good idea, or just some real bull